morning. This week we're going to finish up our series on Galatians. We have just a little bit at the end of chapter 5, one verse, and then all of chapter 6. Just so you know, that might seem like an odd place to pick up, but the verses and the chapters, the divisions there, are not inspired. They were done, the work was done much later by an itinerant preacher. And he was often traveling on horseback, and the joke is that occasionally the horse clearly stumbled and his pen made the mark in the wrong place. So this is one of those places where it sure seems like the last verse in chapter 5 fits better with chapter 6 than it does with what had preceded it in chapter 5. So chapter 5 has been talking about our ongoing struggle to face the tensions between a broken heart and a sinful nature and desires that are not righteous with the life of the Spirit in which we're called to be. We're called to be something other than sinful. So this surrendered life is supposed to lead us in a path that's good. And so it looks like that's where the division is. So we're now going to get some practical applications here to the Christian life, to the gospel itself. If you've been changed by the gospel, if you've accepted the free gift of the finished work of Christ, then there should be some things that are true in your life. Paul writes about this, and he says, we should be caring for other people. We should be alert to those around us who are caught in sin so we can help them get unstuck. We should be particularly mindful of those that are suffering. He talks about how we're to interact with our peers. He talks about how to interact with pastors. And he talks about how to interact with our neighbors. All of it can feel a little bit like the book of Proverbs. He's sort of jumping around. But if you go to 30,000 feet and look down on chapter 6, what you see is that there's just an awareness that we're going to live in a broken world. There's going to be ongoing struggles and challenges, even in the church, and that we need to help each other to navigate those. So, let's read verse 26 of chapter 5, starting there. Let us not become conceited, provoking and envying each other. So, again, the whole thrust here is going to be on helping others. And what he's saying at the outset is that we need to then, given all these things that are true about God and his love and the free gift of eternal life and our need to be, shaped by God in the gospel, he says we should have a posture to help others. And the right posture is one of humility. We cannot think we're God's gift to humanity and be helpful. Reading on, so now chapter 6, verse 1, brothers and sisters, if someone is caught in a sin, you who live by the Spirit should restore that person gently. So this is a comment directed at everybody who is a Christ follower. So you don't have to have, advanced theological education or be on staff at a church or a small group leader or whatever. It's just saying, look, if you know Jesus, if you are a Christ follower, then you need to be resolved to help those who are caught in sin. And the word caught, it could mean those who have been exposed for sin of some sort. But I suspect it has a different meaning. I suspect it just means those who have been trapped in sin. So sin is defective good, and it always... it's got a great PR department. It never advertises its true price. It always promises more, delivers less, and it pulls people down. You get addicted because it starts to consume more and more of your life. You're looking for the same joy, but because it's broken, it takes more damaged stuff to give you what you're after, and eventually addictions are taking everything and they're giving nothing. And so people get trapped. So if you know somebody that's trapped, you need to help them. You need to restore them. And the verb that's used here is the same one that's used to resetting a broken bone. So you want to do it gently. You want to do it the way you would want someone else to do it to you. So one of the more challenging things in a church, one of the more challenging things in ministry is to go to people who are headed down the wrong path and to try and redirect them. And this whole idea, church discipline, enormously unpopular. And at Christ Church, it's done very quietly. It being a church where a bigger kind of church where lots of people don't know other people. The setting you want is the setting that is actually important. We're not trying to ever embarrass anybody. We're just trying to come alongside in a way that you really believe people want. And say, look, you're on the wrong path. Like, this isn't going to work. Now, of course, very few people want to hear that, but we need to hear that. And so that is what we're being called to do here for other people. If you see somebody who's headed down the wrong path, to try and correct them. So, much to ponder here at the end of chapter 5 and the beginning of chapter 6. Have a good day.